Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened today on FIFA Club World Cup 2025, day 17, where today was played the third day on the round of 16 games series, where today was a surprise, a day of surprises because in both games won the underdog teams. In the first game of the day, the Fluminense defeated the Inter Milan 2-0, and with this victory, Fluminense defeated the Inter Milan and qualified to the quarterfinals, and is the only CONMEBOL team, Brazilian team, that qualified to the quarterfinals. And in the second game of the day that finished a few minutes ago, the Al Khalid did the surprise of the tournament so far, where they defeated the Manchester City 4-3 in overtime, and Al Hilal qualified to the quarterfinals and eliminate one of the favorite teams, Manchester City. So let's talk about a little more about this game. Let's start with the first, Fluminense 2, Inter Milan 0. Remember that before this game, the Inter Milan won the Group E, where they won it with 7-point difference, and the Fluminense finishes in the second place with 5 points in the Group F, where the Inter Milan was the favorite team to win this game, because they are one of the best top European top teams, and they have better team than the Fluminense. But Fluminense play a tremendous game, a very great game, and they play a typical CONMEBOL team games, because they play a tremendous game where they decide to defend and counter attack and use some shit tactics that work against the Inter Milan. I think that the big difference is that the Fluminense started to win the game since the first minutes of the game in the -3, when in a counter attack, Germán Cano finished the plate, and Fluminense was leading the game since the -3, 1-0. I think that this affected the Inter Milan, because they didn't expect it to be down in the score from the first minutes of the game, where the Inter Milan was always attacking, but they couldn't score any goal. And to be honest, they didn't attack a lot, because the Fluminense play a very smart game, where the Fluminense created more goal opportunities, where in the first half Fluminense had 2 goal opportunities to score the second goal, but they couldn't. Even in the first half, after the minus 30, Fluminense had to score the second goal, a golazo, but the referee called offside, and the goal was avoided. And in the half time, Fluminense was leading the game 1-0. I thought that in the second half, Inter Milan was gonna to score a goal, and they were gonna to win this game, but they couldn't, because the Fluminense used the same tactic of the first half, where they decided to defend and counter attack, and Inter Milan dominate all the game in the possession, where they were attacking, but they couldn't score any more goal, because the Fluminense defend very well and they play a tremendous game, and Inter Milan played that one of that games where even that you attack, you create a lot of goal opportunities, it's impossible to score a goal. And in the stopping time, in the -90 plus 3, in a counter-attack, Hector Pereira do Nascimento scored the second goal from Fluminense, and Fluminense won the game 2-0 and qualified to the quarterfinals. This is a failure for the Inter Milan, because minimum I expected that they were going to qualify to the quarterfinals, because they have better team than the Fluminense, and they are a top elite, top European team. So this is a failure, and congratulations to Fluminense, because they qualified to the quarterfinals. In the second game of the day that finished a few minutes ago, Al Hilal defeated the Manchester City 4-3 in overtime. Remember that the Manchester City had won the Group G in a perfect score with 9 points. They won the 3 games, and Al Hilal finished as a second place in the Group H with 5 points. The Manchester City was ultra favorite to win this game. I predicted that the Manchester City were going to win this game by more than 2 goal difference, and they were going to win this game, and they were going to qualify to the quarterfinals. Remember that, in my opinion, Manchester City was one of the favorite teams to win this tournament alongside Real Madrid, PSG, and Bayern Munich. But about the Al Khalid, they played a tremendous game. About this game, the Manchester City have the possession of the game, they have the control of the game, and they create 14 goal opportunities. Yeah, 14 goal opportunities, but they couldn't score a goal. And Al Hilal played the game of his life because the strategy was very simple. They just have to defend and counter attack, and they did it very well. But something to say is that the Al Hilal goalkeeper Bono played a tremendous game because they avoided that the Manchester City score more goals, especially in the first half, and that was the big difference to win this game. About this game, Manchester City started to win the game when in the minute 9, Bernardo Silva scored the first goal for Manchester City, and they were leading 1-0 in the few minutes of the game. And in that moment, I thought that the game was over. I thought that the Manchester City were going to score another goal in the half time, but they couldn't because in the first half the Manchester City had the opportunity to increase the lead to a 3-goal difference and to were leading in the halftime by 3-0, but they couldn't took advantage of that. But the big difference is that in the first minutes of the second half, Al Hilal scored 2 goals in the minus 46 and in the minus 52, and in the minus 52 in the first 10 minutes of the 7 minutes of the second half, Al Hilal had made a comeback. They overcome the score and they were leading the game 2-1 in the minus 52 by surprise of everyone. After that, 3 minutes later, Erling Haaland scored the second goal for Manchester City, and the game was tied 2-2. In that point, I thought that the Manchester City were going to score another goal and they were going to win this game, because in the second half is the same happening in the first half, where Manchester City was attacking, but they couldn't score any goal. And Al Hilal was defending and counter attack. The Manchester City couldn't score any goal, and the game finished tied 2-2 in the regular time. In the overtime, I thought that the Manchester City was going to win this game because they were attacking the Al Hilal, but the Al Hilal played a tremendous game because in the minute 94, in the first overtime, in a corner, Kalidou Koulibaly, the former Chelsea Napoli's player, scored the third goal, and Al Hilal was leading the game in the first overtime in the minute 94. After that, I thought that the Manchester City were going to lose that game 3-2, but almost in the end of the first overtime, in a tremendous game, in a tremendous play, Phil Foden that entered in the first overtime scored the tie, and in the end of the first overtime, the game was tied 3-3. I thought that in the second overtime, thanks that Phil Foden had scored the third goal from the Manchester City, I thought that the Manchester City were going to score another goal and they were going to win this game because they were attacking, but created a lot of game opportunities. But the problem is that because the Manchester City got to attack, they left a lot of spaces. The Al Hilal took advantage, and the minute 112, Marcos Leonardo scored in a counter attack his second goal, and the Al Hilal's fourth goal, and in the end the Al Hilal won the game 4-3 in overtime, and they qualified to the quarterfinal to make history and eliminated the Manchester City. That it was a tremendous upset. With this victory, the Al Hilal became the first Asian team to qualify to the quarterfinals, and this is a tremendous failure for the Manchester City, and they closed this 2024-2025 season in a very bad situation because they didn't win any trophy, something well for Pep Guardiola, and they closed a very terrible season. So, how finished the series? Now, the Fluminense and the Al Hilal qualified to the quarterfinals. These two teams will play this next Friday, July 4, 15 o'clock start time, the quarterfinal final. So you can see here that this side of the bracket is too open for anything, because qualify two teams from the two Brazilian teams, the Fluminense and the Palmeiras, one Asian team and one European team. So everything is open. I think that the Chelsea have a lot of opportunities to qualify to the final, but let's see if Palmeiras, Fluminense and Al Hilal can say another thing. But this side of the bracket is very open. So what's next? Tomorrow will be the fourth and last day of the round of 16 series. Well, tomorrow we'll have two games. The first game will be Real Madrid against Juventus. This game will be played at 15 o'clock Eastern time. And this game, Wait a minute. And this game is gonna to this game. Sorry. Wait a minute. This game is gonna to be played and the Hard Rock Stadium in the Miami, Florida. Remember that the Real Madrid won the Group H with 7 points, and the Dortmund finishes in the second place in the Group G with 6 points. Real Madrid is the favorite to win this game because Real Madrid have been improving a lot with the pass of each game. Also, Juventus lost in a ugly way against the Manchester City in the last game of the group stage. So remember in the knockout run, Real Madrid improved his football level. So I think that Real Madrid won't have any problem. Real Madrid is going to win this game by 2 goal difference, and they will going to qualify to the quarterfinals. And in the last game of the day, the Borussia Dortmund will play against the Rayados de Monterrey. This game will play at 20 o'clock Eastern time, and this game we will play in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Remember that the Dortmund won the Group F with 7 points, and Rayados de Monterrey finishes in the second place in the Group E with 5 points. So the Dortmund is ultra favorite because they have a European team, and Rayados is a CONCACAF team. But seeing what happened today with the Fluminense and Hilal, Rayados had a lot of opportunities to win this game and qualify to the next round. It's obvious that what Rayados is going to do is going to follow the same playbook of the Fluminense and Hilal to defend and counterattack. So if the Rayados want to win this game, they need to control and to avoid that the Dortmund can score the first goal of the game, and the Rayados need to score the first goal of the game. So I think that the Dortmund is better team than the Rayados, and I think that unfortunately the Dortmund are gonna to win this game by more than 2 goal difference, and the Dortmund are gonna to qualify to the next round. But let's see. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write me in any social media platform. So see you next video. Cheers.